What's up, YouTube? This is Matt with Blue Dog Outdoors. I wanted to take you guys through a little process I'm going to go through of trying to fix up some of my old folder knives. And these are all knives that I've carried at one point or another. This is a Schrade. Yes. There's an old-timer version. Another old-timer. Another Schrade. This one's kind of a different one. I think it's 4-inch. This was always one of my favorite carry knives, but as you can see, it's had a little use. And I've never been good at taking care of my knives, but that's one thing I want to start doing is, get these all fixed up and start taking better care of them so they'll last a lifetime. Big thing with this one is, if you can see that, got some play in it right now. There's actually a little gap, which won't focus. Anyway, to show you guys what I'm gonna do to get this one fixed up. Then this video doesn't end up too long. I might show you some of my other knives. This one's kind of got an interesting story. Actually, found this with my dad when I was a little kid. Maybe I'll tell you about that. For a fixed blade, this is currently one of my favorites. It is a Boker Koi. I'm going to call it I'm at a lost for words. Basically, Boker and Koi work together. That was kind of designed off Koi's Ridgeback. And this is just one I just leave around the shed, garage, wherever, open boxes, that kind of stuff. Anyway, yep, let's get to it. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is just get her cleaned up. And I'll be the first to say I am not a huge fan of WD-40. But at the moment, I think it's about all I got. I would like to try Ballistol sometime. Nobody local sells it. And I've just never got on the internet and ordered any. So for today, it knows I don't like it. Okay, well, the problem I've got here with this wobble is that there's actually about, let me get this in the screen, it's about a 7/1000 gap on this side. What that is the pivot pin. It's actually underneath this bolster, and there's not one on this end. Actually, there is one on this end on this knife, because I should get that blade. But what I need to do is get it to where I can see that pivot pin, and then ping it back down. So basically, just got some softwood. What I'm going to do is clamp it in here. I might have to get a bigger clamp. There it is. Okay. Crud off there. I'm just going to kind of guesstimate where I need this. So I've got to clamp this where it'll push on that bolster. You know what? A C-clamp might be easier. Just opened up a little. smash that bolster. And it should make the pin pronounced. The pin's harder than the bolster, so it should push into the wood some. Lined up a little bit. Okay, basically just gonna clamp down on that dude. I want to get it tight, but I don't want to get it so tight that I crack the sides of it. You can see that. They're squished in there. Let's see what that does for us. Oh yeah, I can see that pin a lot better now. So, I'm going to just try and tap her in here. And I need a hard surface to do this against. This is basically just a little bench block I made. Piece of 1/2 or 1 inch steel. And my workbench is about 2.5 inches thick. Actually a little thicker than that. It's actually a solid wood door underneath here with a piece of 3/4 inch plywood on top of that, and then just some masonite on top. Masonite is easy to clean, and you can replace it for next to nothing. Go around and try to peen that little dude. It's already 9 days difference. Let's see if I can get it a little bit better. You don't really have to hit it that hard. As long as you got that backing surface, we'll back it up. Now, I hold it up to the light. I can't see any daylight in here. I don't even want to try to go. That was 11 thousandths. Let's try about a 4. The 4 goes, but you're going to have a little bit of space. Otherwise, you'll never be able to get the knife blade open. It'll just be so stiff. Let's try 6. 6 barely goes. 8 doesn't. Let's try 7. 7 doesn't. So we got about 5 thousandths of play out of it. I'm going to clean up the bolsters and get this dude shined up a little bit. And I might try to peen little handle pins just a little bit. But now we've got a usable knife again. if you can hear that, but it's got a, well, it's out of focus really bad, but a nice click to it now. It plays. Man, this thing will not focus for me. There we go. Play is all but out of it. I like that. To clean up my bolsters, do is file a little bit of that texture out. Let's see how the hammer gave it a little bit of texture there. File a little bit of that out. You don't want to use too coarse of a file with this, or you'll end up just spending all your time trying to get those file marks out of it. That's quite a bit better. And I'll hit her with a little 800 sandpaper. That's not going to get all the scratches out, but like I said, I'm going to use this knife. Use all my knives. Let's clean her up and sharpen her. Okay, to clean it up, I'm going to use some white rouge. Get stuff out of my way. Just a little Dremel type tool. While we're at this little knife video, if you guys know anything better to use than just a plain old 3-in-1 oil, let me know. I like to keep my knives, or I'd like to start keeping my knives cleaned up, and I think part of that's going to be to keep them oiled, but not to the point to where you get oil in your pocket. So if you guys got any tips, let me know. Alright. Now we've got usable knife again. I'll spare you guys the sharpening part. Pretty sure if you're watching a knife video, you probably know how to sharpen. Well, I know I told you guys I would show you some of my other knives, but this video has just gotten a little bit longer than I originally intended it to ever be. This way, those of you that have just wanted to see how to fix your folder, if you have some wobble in yours, you can just watch this and bypass all that other hoopla. I will hopefully get that other video done today, and I will link it below when it is done. Until then, thanks for watching. Stay tuned.